going on, y'all? This be your boy Scattered by Nature TV, and we're here for another review of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 10, Episode 2. So let's get right on into this shit. We open this stuff up with Georgia Prune and fucking Kurt, okay? Like, again, I know y'all gonna get sick of me saying this every damn week, but I'm sick of seeing them. Why are they here? Why do we care about what's going on with them? Apparently they have a bunch of family feuds with Kai girlfriend, the Kirk Jr. girlfriend, and then the daughter ain't doing her job at the bistro. Folks done got the fight and all types of stuff. So it's a big ratchet ass mess that's going on, and now they just don't know what they gonna do with their business because they feel like the kids are taking the business for granted. My thing about it is they're spoiled damn kids. Of course they're taking the business for granted. Like, they're not taking this shit I'm sorry. They're not taking this shit seriously. Like, that's something that y'all gave to them. And just because it's a family business does not mean that you got to hire your family to be working there. And that's just where you go wrong, and you paying your family members because it's a cheaper fee to pay them. That's all the fuck that is, and you just gotta get over that shit. Like, y'all made the mistake by hiring y'all cheering as managers, as servers, as bartenders, and all of this other stuff. But who's really going to the Frost Bistro anyway? Because I ain't heard of nobody going there. I got Jamar that stay in Atlanta. I got I have cousins that stay in Atlanta. Ain't none of them ever been to the Frost Bistro. So, well, who really going up in there? That's all I'm trying to figure out. Who really going up in there? But okay, girl, whatever. So now we meet the new cast member of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. She goes by the name of Amaretta. Now, Amaretta Sauer is a rapper. Okay, I never heard of her before a day in my life, but she's apparently an up and coming rapper. She doesn't have like no team with her. She ain't got no manager. She pretty much manages herself. She's at this mall doing a signing and all this other stuff, and all these girls are so excited to see her and all this other stuff. And she said that she took a long ass break, and I'm like, you took a long break, but where did you go? Because I never knew you before this show. But okay, now I know there's gonna be some people in my comments probably telling me some bullshit like, oh, Amaretta Sauer, she been out here, just because you don't know her don't mean shit. That might be true, but I don't know her. I don't know not one song by her. Okay, and that's just what it is. But apparently Young Baby Tate is aware of her. She's there, they hug each other, and that's that on that with that. I'm not gonna really talk about this Breonna Taylor rally. I really don't want to relive it. That's why I really won't be talking about this in my review. So I know that was in my notes, but I'm just gonna bypass it. I'm just saying, because I don't really want to relive it. That was a terrible, terrible time, and I just don't. And this is basically for y'all to laugh and kiki and stuff like that, and I don't want to just bring the mood down with that. If you get my drill, you know what I'm saying? Not to sound ignorant or nothing, but you know. Now Erica done went to the doctor, and she goes to her old ass sister who look like she about 48, and you know the sister want to know what's really going on with Erica. You know, first Erica tells her about her relationship with Safari and how things ain't going well with them, but now she's found out that she's pregnant for a third time. And she don't have that long to go before she have her baby. Now, my thing about the situation is, are you really going to sit up here and try to pretend like you just found out you pregnant? Girl, you been known you was pregnant. You can't tell me you just found out you was pregnant. You been knew you was pregnant, and you've been keeping it from that man, and you didn't want to tell that man because of the situation at hand. I understand, but just be real. That's what's really going on here. You didn't tell Safari that you were pregnant because y'all ain't having no good time right now, and that's why you ain't telling. Especially with what he said about you on social media, talking about how he wish he never had a baby by you, and how he wish he never would have got married to you, and now you come with this stuff about being pregnant. You been known you was pregnant, and now you talk about you only got 2.5 months before you had a baby. Girl, you been knew you were pregnant, child. It's that same stuff that went down with Tara on season 6 when she sat up here and claimed she was 5 months pregnant and didn't know that she was 5 months pregnant. I really believe she knew she was pregnant, but I ain't no woman. I ain't got no woman part, so I don't know if a woman can't know that or not. So let me just shut up, because I don't need to be corrected by you women, because y'all love to correct somebody, especially us gay men, and I always want to, you know, all the other stuff, so I ain't got time for that, period. I ain't got time. I'm just saying what my opinion is. So Kirk meets with his accountant, and he gets some bad news. He's $1 million in the red. Y'all want to hear it again? He's $1 million in the red. $1 million in the red. This business ain't doing shit. And he wants to blame the children for being the reason why the business is being ran down. Not being ran up, but being ran the fuck down. That's what he doing. My thing about this is, that's your fault. You thought it was a good idea to hire your children. They're not mature enough to run no damn business. Especially Kai. You got him being a manager. Management of what, child? Like, you really thought that was a good idea? It wasn't. It just wasn't a good idea, period. But his accountant basically told him, like, y'all got to figure some shit out because y'all ain't got no money. And y'all got to sit down and handle this shit the right way. So now, you know, Young Baby Tate and Amaretta Sour, they in the studio, and then they start talking about Young Baby Tate's love life, and you know how she's talking to this guy. They're not necessarily in a relationship, but she really, really like him, you know, whatever the case may be. And then Amaretta starts talking about her not having a manager, and she was talking about how her mom was her manager and how that was a bad experience, and it led to her and her mom having a bit of some issues coming up, and it was just a mess. And so you know, Young Baby Tate was like, I can't imagine my mama being my manager. Like, that would be crazy. And then, you know, she was like, yeah, it is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, the shit is out of this world because it changed our relationship. And a lot of the times when you make your family be a part of your business, they can change things, especially the relationship with you and your family. It could. Now, Amaretta has a conversation with her mama. They're up in there making tacos, and it looked as if they only made enough to make one damn taco. So they sit down having a conversation, and Amaretta was basically telling her how she felt. Now, Amaretta apparently made a song about her mama, made a diss song about her mama. She said that her mama got with this man, and she chose this man over her, and she wants her mother to admit to her wrongdoings. Her mama says she ain't owning it, and that's really the issue a lot of the times with people when it come down to being a parent. They never want to own their stuff. They never want to say I was wrong. They never want to say I did wrong. They never want to say that. And I just think that that's a bit much. Like, if a child is coming to you and they're telling you, this is how you made me feel, and I need for you to own this how you made me feel, and you telling me I'm not owning shit, that means you really could care less about how I feel and about how you made me feel. And I felt for Amaretta in that moment, because people really don't want to own up to the error of their own wrongdoings. It's just like with my grandmother. My grandmother never wants to admit that she put hands on my mother growing up, and this is why they don't have a relationship. You know, there are people in my family that won't own up to their wrongdoings. Like, just own your shit and keep it moving. That's it. Like, I could respect the person a lot more if they would just say, I was wrong, I'm sorry, I wasn't aware, my bad. You know, just say that. Just say that. You have no idea how great that would sound for a person that's longing to hear you say that. You made them feel away. Own that shit. But people don't want to own it. Especially parents. They don't never want to own up to their wrongdoings or admit to the error of their ways. They just don't want to. And the fact that she would do that was fucked up. Now, the last thing is, Kirk and Georgia Prom caused this meeting for these damn children, and Kai got up and stormed the fuck off like the woman he is. And it's just like, I'm just over it. Like, I don't care. Like, honestly, that's all I really got for this episode of Love and Hip Hop. Like, I ain't gonna sit up here and lie to you. Like, I didn't enjoy this episode not one bit. It just didn't give me nothing. Like, it was way too much Georgia Prom and their crew. It was too much. And then on top of that, not only was it too much of them, but then, you know, we had a lot of Breonna Taylor stuff in this episode too. So, and I just refuse to talk about that because I don't want to relive it. So, you know, that's why this review is short. I'm sorry. Y'all, I'm really sorry. But this episode didn't give me nothing. It just didn't give me nothing. And that's it. Like, it really was nothing for me to go in about. So, with that being said, y'all, your boy's out of here. Be sure to like, rate, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to follow my Instagram and my Twitter. It will be in my description box, and that's it. With that being said, you guys, I'm out of here. Until my next video, I'll holler at you later. Peace out.